Camera, action. We are at the Atmosphere conference in Warsaw, and my guest is Andrzej Grzesik from eBay. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Andrzej, could you please tell me, do you consider yourself more like a DevOps newbie or a DevOps veteran?
I'm definitely a newbie. I'm a really experienced developer, but into the foreign ops territory, I'm just a guest, just visiting. I just happen to be a bit more curious than, well, usual developers that you meet everywhere. And I'm saying that because when I notice what real sysadmins, what real ops people do, how much they know, how much experience they have, that's, well, that's amazing, and I can only show my respect to that knowledge. I just try to make things work in a way that seems to make sense, and it's not obviously broken. So far it kind of works. Of course, yes, I could go further, but, well, we have time pressures everywhere, so.
You're really modest, I must say.
Why?
Because your experience, you know, involved in many conferences on DevOps and stuff, so I think you're pretty much experienced. Come on.
I still wouldn't call myself experienced. Compare me to Phil. I'm nobody. Come on.
So you're living in London and working for eBay, and at the same time you involve a lot in Polish developers groups. Is it hard for you to combine those two actions?
Yes, it is. And frankly, when I was considering leaving Poland, that was one of the most difficult decisions. Do I want to leave all of the things that I've helped actually building here? All the user groups, well, Software Craftsmanship, well, Cracow Hadoop User Group. I left those. I am not involved in them anymore. I'd love to, but sorry, well, from London it's impossible. Polish Java User Group, on the other hand, is something that we always have been doing remotely, so I still check how things are. I still try to talk to people, try to react on the user, on the mailing list, try to help organize speakers, and, well, the thing I'm most proud of recently, which is the conference called GeeCON. We've just had our 6th edition. I'm saying just because this is, this is Monday, and it ended last Friday. We've had over 1,100 of people, and we are all very happily involved. And because we organize it all remotely, I didn't stop. It's exactly the same way as I would be doing that in Krakow. I flew in, did it. It's amazing, and I'm very proud of it. I'm not going to stop. It's too much fun.
But, well, why exactly have you decided to support Polish developers groups? Like, you live in London, and I bet there are so many developers groups over there. So why do you support Polish community? Is that sentiment or what for you?
It is sentiment, and when I moved there, it seemed like, well, wow, I'm moving to London. There are so many meetups in there. It's going to be so amazing. They have so many famous people in there, and yes, it's true. And then I started going to those meetups, and half of them were unfortunately kind of mad. So we have, first thing I learned, that we have nothing to be ashamed of. We should actually be pretty proud. The front that we actually lack on is PR. So we are not advertising ourselves as much as we should. And Poland, because of, well, the Alta and our history and the Iron Curtain and what have you, is not as in the center of the universe as we would like it to be. So I'm trying to bring a bit more light to, well, the smart people that we have in there, and show that it's an awesome place to be in. There are a lot of things happening in Krakow. There are so many startups in there. There are so many companies doing really awesome things.
Well, so you promote our environment back in London as well,
Yes, I try to. For me, that's, well, where I come from is, well, I'm proud of that. That's where I'm from. I'm never going. I'm a guest in London. I will always be. So I have to remember that.
In your presentation, you said that Go programming language is something to try in 2014. What's the best about
Actually,
Go
I didn't say that yet, because this talk I'm doing tomorrow. Today I was speaking about Chef. Tomorrow, which came to me as a surprise, I'm actually doing the second talk about Go. Why Go? Why in 2014? Because Go seems like a very nice language. It's very fast, it's very succinct, and HTTP is, well, it's first-class citizen, so it's all the nice libraries are built in. The amount of code that you have to write to do things in there is very little. It's like Ruby, but faster. So mix Ruby with C++, most of the nice things, and you get Go. That's actually how I look at it. I enjoy writing this a lot, and one experiment that we did at eBay was we took a plain old Java Spring application that was doing really nothing fancy, but we rewrote that into Go, and we got an eighth of the code. An eighth. It's not half. It's not an eighth of the code. Come on, and it's doing exactly the same, all the same features, much more readable. Everybody could read it in a few hours, and it's nothing really complicated. We have actually been showing that to other people, and yeah, wow.
That's the point.
So to me, that's really important, because the less lines you have to read, the faster you can find bugs.
Or can go forward.
The simpler the better. Well, there is an old Linux principle: keep it simple, stupid. So that's the embodiment of this to me.
You are a speaker at the previous edition of Atmosphere. In your opinion, was it a good choice to move from Poznań to Warsaw at the conference venue?
So we've been doing GeeCON in Krakow and in Poznań, and I love going to Poznań, but from my very selfish point of view, because we've had a GeeCON in Krakow, it's much easier to get to Warsaw. Also, you have to accept the reality. More things just happen in Warsaw than they happen in Poznań. Take a look at flights, trains, commuting. It's probably a decision that dictates, business reality that we are all living in has dictated that, and I don't regret it. It seems like a nice thing. I hope that we will be doing something in Poznań, because it's a kick-ass city to visit, and it would be a shame not to.
Okay, thank you a lot for this short conversation, and wish you a lot of luck. Andrzej Grzesik from eBay was my guest.
Thank you.
Thank you.